You can straighten yourself. That in action? Yeah. And welcome to episode 10, friends, where we are talking to Elliot List, good buddy, good photographer, great moto guy, all-around funny dude. Excited that you keep coming back, and I hope you keep coming to more, because pretty soon it may be you on the couch.
Hey, hi Nor. What's the little one's name again?
Piper.
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 Hyper?
Piper.
Piper.
Like Pied Piper.
Hey, Pipey Piper. Check. 1, 2.
Check.
Hey, so I'm Elliot List coming to you live from Bad Beard.
That was it. All right, Meg, you can hop back to your seat.
Okay.
So, in my perfect world, everything is recording as it should. It is all the same frame rate. It is all the same size, resolution, and the color isn't so far off. And we sound amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Sick.
So basically what we're doing, since you've been here, is what we're going to do for the next 30 minutes. Because I want to have enough space for it to actually have to work, to cut it. Because if I run it for like 5 minutes, I don't feel like that's a good test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Clamato.
Nope. Everybody in silence. Let's just sit. No, I can't.
Do you want anything to drink?
The Clamato. Just Clamato on ice.
Hit me with the Clamato.
Yeah.
We do have a little mini fridge in there. It's got like waters and soda pops.
I'm okay.
I do think we have beer upstairs.
I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
I gotta get the
A
Clamato.
little hair of the day.
Literally, though.
So why don't we introduce you?
Okay.
So you're Elliot List,
I'm Elliot List.
and you're from Atlanta, Georgia.
ATL.
ATL, and you've always lived in Atlanta.
Yep.
Who are you? What do you do, man?
I'm a photographer. I am a
Porn star?
sometimes. My name's Girth Brooks. Look me up on Pornhub.com.
You're a wiki feet boy for sure.
Yeah, a lot of feet pics. What else? A dirt bike. I ride motorcycles.
Well, and so that's been over the last
Quarantine.
quarantine. You got
Thanks to
into
that stimmy check.
Yeah. Can't wait for one of those guys to knock the camera over.
Yeah, Norris. Hey.
Ryder was taking
Away.
him to Humptown outside. They got a little frisky.
Really?
Oh, he sure did.
It's always
He's
funny
showing
when
off that
Ryder
booty.
tries to hump.
You see that little stain on Norris's butt?
He got Superman.
All right, kids.
All right.
kids. Yeah. So what actually sparked that?
Well, I've always wanted to ride motorcycles,
Yeah.
and it was more of like a, respect the mother situation.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, no, best friend's son died on a motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
You're not getting one. And then one day, I was at the skate park, actually.
Off the Beltline.
No, this was a skate park like years. I was like 16, maybe 15 years old, up in Discover Mills, and they had this super pocket bike. It was essentially a pit bike with a motorcycle.
Like
frame.
one of the ones that looks like a little sport bike.
Yeah, but it was like bigger. It wasn't like a tiny one.
Hey. Easy.
Chill. Yeah, it wasn't one of the mini bikes where the wheels were that big. It was a pit bike essentially.
Yeah.
Except it had just street bike looking
Yeah.
frame. And then so I rode that until it got stolen out from under me. Indicator.
While you were riding it.
I was on it. Car pulled in front of me. 3 dudes hopped out, ran up at me. We were like, "Get off the bike!"
No way.
Someone was like, "Sorry, dude," and I was like, "Sorry, dude." It's like, "Do I know you?"
Maybe.
No, I recognized the car from my high school.
Oh no.
And then, and I was like, I know who it was, but never got my bike back. But somehow it was only like $600.
I feel like I remember those little.
But that thing would go like 70 miles an hour. It
Jeez.
was 110 cc's, like,
Oh
and
my
tiny.
gosh, that's
Well,
such
you're a
a
big
crazy
boy to be climbing on
story.
a tiny bike like that.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was always tall, so yes. But and then quarantine happened, and the government gave us a stimulus check, and I've been working a good bit, so I had a little bit of money saved. But I took all that money from that check and bought my first dirt bike.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
And then, oh yeah, actually that one right there, the silver and blue one looks just like it. Not that one. I mean, yeah, that one. It had, it had the 110, like the pit bike engine on it. It was sick.
70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it was sick. We used to ride. I met some other
What
kid
did
in
that
my
sound like?
neighborhood.
Just like a.
No, it sounded like a pit bike. No, it sounded like a pit bike.
Oh, really?
But it sounded good. And you're like,
Yeah, okay.
it's four stroke. But it was automatic. It was weird.
Yeah, you remember it fondly, it sounds like. Yeah.
Oh, I love that thing,
Yeah.
dude. But then that got stolen. Didn't have a bike for, I don't know, 15 years, if not longer.
Yeah. And then quarantine.
And then quarantine, got into the dirt bike, learned how to change gears on that thing, and then bought the 650
Mm-hmm.
or 790, and then sprained my knee. And then,
Well, and then the community you're in too, like it kind of simultaneously, it seemed like a lot of guys were jumping on Surons and everybody's getting e-bikes, and then you had like a whole crew assemble.
we sure did. We had a little posse.
Yeah,
That was a fun time.
yeah. And what are you riding now? What's the latest in the state?
The latest is the 350, the KTM 350, dual sport.
And you're riding every weekend. You're getting out all the time. What's
Trying. I mean, if not every week. It's supposed to go on Wednesday to Dahlonega and do like a 60-mile ride, but I did it a couple weeks ago and
Hold on, this is gonna drive me nuts if it's.
I got tore up.
Is
singing up
the
there.
as you said Dahlonega, is that like the really like pretty spot
It's very
where
pretty.
they have the river or whatever?
Yeah, gold mining and
That's where we
Yeah.
stay, baby.
panning
But
for gold.
but legit, right?
Yeah, well, they did, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We're
I bet you-
rolling.
I bet you I could find some gold in those rivers still.
Yeah.
We're a little
Next time I
harder.
go, I'm bringing my shifter, whatever you call it. Hey guys, can we pause for like 15, 20 minutes? I'm
Strike spin rock.
I'm looking for gold. I will say there's a lot of oak trees up there, and one of my roommates and I've gone like mushroom foraging.
Oh, really?
Not like chippy mushrooms, but for yummy edible mushrooms.
Oh.
And so
No, rolling
every time
through.
I stop, I'm
That's
like,
why I'm just testing everything still, so I'm just
you
trying
know,
to make it work.
where's the lion's mane?
You can pick all that out? Like you know which ones are which?
Not all of them, but at least the ones that are the yummy ones
Yeah.
that I know of. Like
Um.
lion's manes. There's turkey tail mushrooms, but that's more of like a medicinal thing. Like you like
You'll be able to jump straight on any.
dehydrate it, grind it
TP
up, turn
Studios.
it into a powder, and then like put it in whatever your smoothie or
All right, we'll be here.
something.
Really?
I haven't.
Bye.
My roommate's done it, but I haven't eaten it yet.
Eating it bad? You talking about crashing, or are you talking about
But I'm
food?
talking about foraging mushrooms while I'm
Foraging
riding in the.
mushrooms, yeah.
Oh,
in the
okay.
Dahlonega.
That'll be the different podcast. We all just take just a little bit of mushrooms and just see where it goes.
You see me laying down on the AstroTurf.
Licking it.
Yeah, I did wash it. Very clean.
You washed it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had another dog
Soaked
come
it
over
up.
and did a pee. Oh, and Ryder did a.
I think Norris was smelling it.
Yeah, but it should be actually really clean because I got out a big brush
Soaked
and
it
like
up.
fucking.
Oh, you scrubbed that
Legit.
in.
Ryder?
Yeah.
Come here. Leave it.
Yeah. So yeah, I got into dirt biking during quarantine, and then it's been like my addiction.
Mm-hmm.
It's my therapy. It's dirt church.
Throttle therapy, they call
Yes.
it.
Throttle therapy.
Yeah.
TT.
Wait, so who all are you riding with? Who else do I know?
Chris Dawson, Rob Ratner, Walker Markey.
Yeah.
This dude Grayson Hunt, dude Rips. They all.
Wait, are you guys going like to the prison farm or?
Yeah, we go down there. We were actually down there. Was it 2 days ago now? And
Tell Meg about the prison farm.
prison
it was-
farm.
yeah,
Well,
what's
there's
that?
two sides. There's the actual prison farm, which is where like all this Cop City stuff is happening. You ever heard of that?
I've seen like stickers.
Yeah, it's-
But I don't know what
yeah.
it
So
is.
Cop City is like it was
a
all
whole nother
Atlanta-owned
conversation.
forest, and I guess they sold it to the cops
Oh.
to build a training facility. But it's like, why would you put a like, why here versus like right outside the city or somewhere where the land is cheaper or it's already built for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like so they essentially destroyed an ecosystem, like tons of live like real animals, like deer and
Like a nice natural habitat. That's
a
the,
real-
the
yeah, it's like
area
300
turned
acres
into.
of
Yeah.
beautiful forest.
So that's the Cop City. That's the whole issue. Is that like of all the things you could have done right here, and it's just kind of like a dick move.
Yeah.
and a lot of people's opinions.
Yeah.
And
so
also, they didn't ask permission from the neighbors, so there's going to be like a shooting range across the street from your house going, "Tick, tick, 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 tick." And it's like, oh, thanks for
God.
telling me about this. Like,
yeah.
like,
But then
what
back over there, so there's the prison side, and then you can
and
come
then,
from
yeah, then
on the
there's
studio
Black
side.
Hall Studios.
It's like an active prison, or it's
No,
like,
no, no. It
like-
burnt down like in the 80s or 90s, but they tore that down, and now it's like, you know, part of their facility.
Oh, okay.
But they haven't built anything yet. They're just clearing the land.
Okay.
So used to be all these trees, and now it's just like a big old empty lot.
Whoa.
Yeah, but then there's also Black Hall Studios side where we ride, where it's also like when we were riding in there, there's like the security guard blocking the entrance. We still went past them,
Yeah.
but on the way out we talked to him, and he was like, "Yeah, you aren't really supposed to be back here anymore. Like
You're like, yeah, we get it.
they're gonna be putting
Is that you go
studios
over
back
Sketchy
here."
Bridge?
You go over Sketchy Bridge, and then
Yeah.
you're in this
It's a sketchy bridge.
beautiful, like,
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful. Same as like Prison Farm side, but a little more naturey looking, like rivers, and
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
it's gorgeous. But that's where we ride. It's like some of the best riding
For being so close to the city, for
for
sure.
being in the city. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
I was talking to a couple buddies that had been, you know, at the end of Monroe, that Triumph shop. So like you go down Monroe, it's right, like it's like a garage, it's somebody's garage next to that motel. It's not like big advertisements or anything like that, but I was one day for my Triumph, I just saw that they had a Triumph sign, and I was like, I went my way in, knocked on the door, and the dude did not expect me to be knocking on the door. But I was like, hey man, da-da-da. And so we got to talking, and he's been there for 30 years or something like that, right? And he was talking about the prison farm, how it used to be, and blah, blah, blah. When I was, you know, when I was a young man,
Yeah, people have been riding there for like 30 years.
forever. And so then he was even talking about how a lot of times, before Cop City and all that stuff, a lot of the homeless people or random hippies that were living back there were like putting up cord
Booby traps.
booby traps, taking people out. And so,
Yeah. No, one time
Nuh-uh.
I was so the prison farm, there was like this beautiful straight like canopy of trees, roadway, well, dirt road, and I was on it one day on my like I think it was on my 650 maybe. I can't remember. But metal wire right across it. Like maybe
You got boobied?
I didn't hit it. I stopped in front of it, but there was you know, maybe a foot high off the ground, just like a metal wire where if you're on a bike, you're fucking dead.
yeah. Well, in little known fact, choppers and like back when club guys started getting higher and higher, it was because of similar situations that they'd put the bars higher so it didn't get them. It was like a little deterrent. That may be a old wives' tale, but I think that's
I mean,
actual.
you're fucked either way.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good situation.
No, it's gonna bend your bars back, hit you in the face, like maybe go over your
I
bars
might
and
have
then
made
get
it
you.
up. I don't know. Seems accurate.
Either way, there were booby traps, and then there's the Cop City protesters, like the people that you know they lived in the woods for I don't know how many months they were doing it, but they were like actually making like the booby traps you'd see in movies, where it's like covered ground with like sticks that are sharpened, like
Oh God.
you know, like fucking real booby traps.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, so let's go to the prison farm.
Yeah, it sounds like a real adventure.
But now it's like you can't really ride on that side. But now it's like maybe you can't ride on the
Yeah.
other side but we're still going to until they're like,
Really?
I'm gonna give you a ticket. But we love it.
Yeah. Well, it's been cool watching you get so into it because I like when did I meet you? Just a couple years ago,
I think so, yeah.
and so it was just like a whoom into your new
All
hobby.
about that seat time.
That's it, man. Yeah.
And I've got some seat time. Think
Well,
about
So then you do outside of when you're riding dirt bikes, photography is the main hustle,
photography is the bill payer.
the build pair, and you've been doing that forever. What was your entry into that?
Entry into that was
Like you had your
just-
Nokia and you started and you're like, oh, I'm
Well,
in-
it was entry into the thought of being a photographer was in high school when I was in photo class, had a showcase.
Nope.
I sold some photos. I made like $300.
Oh,
I was
fun.
Like, I was like,
That's
street
great.
stuff?
in high school?
Huh?
That's so
Like street
fun.
stuff, or what was the?
What was I shooting? No, I was just shooting random shit. Yeah, street stuff. Like, the close up of a dog's eye. And I was like, oh, so artsy. Yeah, essentially. And I remember my friend's mom bought it, and she's probably still got it in her hallway in her house. But
Cute.
I was like, whoa, I can make money doing
Yeah.
this. This is tight. Let's go get sushi. So that's literally what I did. But we, but yeah, no. So I started like pursuing photography.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard. I had my jobs in between, like working at a pizza place or
Which pizza place?
Mojo's in Decatur,
Ooh.
Oakhurst, as a dishwasher. I actually worked there for like maybe 3 weeks. It was disgusting. Yeah, it was a hazard, hell hazard. Like the fucking grease trap
Did
would
you
like
catch the clamato there?
I caught the clamato there.
Bad case of clamato. Again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit of horseradish too.
But
no,
you got out of the dishwashing game, focused on the photography.
Well, I was like really into skateboarding, and that's kind of
Okay.
like it's like how I got into photography too. Is I was all the little skater cliques have a videographer and a photographer to capture the crazy tricks, and
Mhm.
I took the pictures, and that taught me how to capture motion using strobes or not. But and then I got out of all of it was like a few years out of high school. I met somebody who was like, you should try doing photo assisting. And I was like, what the are you kidding? Like, why would I help another photographer? Like, I'm already a photographer. Yeah, I was like, why would I like help another one take pictures? Like, that sounds stupid.
Yeah.
And then I was modeling for a company.
Moodling.
I was moodling for this clothing company, and I was like, holy shit, this dude's got like, it's the first studio I ever went in. You know where Victory Coffee is on 900?
Yeah.
It was called Studio 900, and it was that building in the back, psych wall, full on.
Oh.
Shout out to
Like
you,
a
Nathan
proper
Bolster.
photo studio.
Yeah, proper.
Yeah.
Super.
What was it a shoot for?
He had this company called Streetella, and it was like kind of like a give back to the artist company,
Oh, cool.
where like say you painted a motorcycle and he would put it on a shirt, sell the shirt, and you get half the proceeds. And you don't have to pay for anything. All you gotta do is design the shirt,
Oh, okay,
or-
cool.
the painting. And then he puts it on there, and so we were modeling for it, and I was like, holy shit, this guy's got it going. So after the shoot, I was like, hey, if you ever need a photo assistant, I would love,
Yeah, there
I would love to learn, because I thought I knew everything. Not
Yeah.
everything, but when you're 21, 20 years old,
Yeah.
you think you're hot shit, but really, in reality, you're nothing but a cold.
You're like,
fart.
I got autofocus. What's up?
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, come by tomorrow. And then
What was this dude's name?
Nathan Bolster.
You still keep in contact with that guy?
Yeah. He's actually one of the ones that started, what do you call it? Chomp and Stomp.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like a big Cabbage Town, like
Mhm.
OG.
Yeah. Cool.
But he, really good dude. And so I did everything from helping him, like, not furnish a house, but like build something in a house, because he did a lot of like, what do you call it? Not renovations, but like when you buy an old property and make it look nice.
Makeover and stuff.
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
Flip it.
He's a flipper, house flipper.
Yeah.
And thank you, I needed that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, and then so I did everything from doing that to taking out the trash to assisting
Yeah.
awesome shoots. Like he used to shoot a lot of the Hawks and the Hawks cheerleading swimsuit calendars and stuff, and they were interesting for sure. Like I was just like, wow. Like we went to like Biloxi, Mississippi, and shot cheerleaders on like craps tables and.
You're like, photography's tight.
Is
I
that
love
my
being
future wife? Nope. But no, we did all sorts of things, and if it wasn't for him, I'm not sure if I'd be where I am today. And then,
Ooh.
because I assisted him, I would meet other assistants who were also photographers, like Zach Wolf, and then I'd start working for them, and then it came to the point where you're saying it's like, oh well, I can't take this job. Do you want it?
Yeah.
Elliot? And then the circle just builds and builds and builds.
Well, and so now you're a circle in Atlanta. I mean, you've been in the same place. You're living right off the Beltline. right behind Lady Bird. And so that's been kind of a hub for your shooting, and like it was a studio at one point. It's been many things.
Yeah. We had the art gallery next door, which was also my little photo studio. And then most of my shoots I don't really do in studio anymore. So,
Would
they're
you
all
say for Atlanta, like, do you represent what you think like the general photographer in Atlanta is like you, and you know most of them? Like, do you think it's like a small thing like that, or is it still pretty segmented that you're like, oh, there's dudes out there I have no idea?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do know, a fair share of them, a good portion.
Yeah.
But
Well, because are you doing agency stuff too, a lot, or is that?
what do you mean? Like, do I have an agent?
No, like if advertising agency or anything like that, they're like
Oh,
sourcing
yeah.
different shoots.
Sometimes. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm doing one in January, which I have a meeting for later today.
Are you allowed to say what it is?
It's hard. It's like internal, but also not. It's
Yeah.
just like 2 employees sitting at a desk, like, check out what I did.
Yeah.
It's very basic, but it's the bill payers.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like one of those
Yeah.
bullshit corporate.
No, that's good.
But
That's good.
honestly, I love doing that stuff because it's like relatively easy for me to do. It's just knowing how to work with talent.
The last corporate job I did was for a pharmaceutical company.
The
And
best.
Yeah, so it was already weird just because, like, when you go to these events, it's like they're talking about their new drug and blah, 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 blah. But, like, the amount of money they make, everybody in the, like, whether it's the doctor, whether it's the scientist, whether it's the sales rep, whether it's, like, they are making money. And so the way they talk about it is that they're saving lives, which the drug generally does have a purpose that's you know, good and relatively, seemingly altruistic. But it's always just like this. Anyway, that's an aside.
It is weird.
But it is weird. But those are always the weird ones because I'll be doing like maybe corporate headshots or just like, you know, whatever random thing. And it's just always, if you're not shooting models and they're just, you know, normal people, everybody's so insecure that you
It
can't
is-
take a
it
good
is
picture.
hard.
And so then they're telling my client, my boss, for the shoot, they're like, yeah, I just, you know, it wasn't. And so then they're like, Sam, can you, and I'm like, that's not a me thing.
Yeah.
Like they look great. I mean, I could Photoshop the individual.
Oh, they
and-
were saying they just didn't like their pictures? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
but then like they're too.
I mean, that's the difference, though. Like, I've told people, like, someone's like, oh my gosh, this person is beautiful. You should photograph them. And I'm like, have they ever been photographed before?
Yeah.
Like, do they know how to pose? Because, like, you can be, like, the most, sorry, but, like, unattractive human and still know how to pose and and just kill it, you know? Like, destroy the camera. But then you can also be the most gorgeous human ever, and every photo looks like shit.
Yeah. Just awkward.
Yeah, so it's like now you bring all these like people who've never been in front of the camera. It's like, yeah, like, you know, a small percentage of those people are not gonna make the camera or make it look good, you know. And
So, what is your favorite thing to shoot?
people,
People, like fashion, like.
just I don't know, no, just people. I think it's like, you know, humans. Every human has like a story, and every human is unique in their own way. It's not like you're shooting product, like, oh wow, like I'm taking pictures of sunglasses, like tell me something about yourself. You can't. But humans are like they're interesting.
I think that's something I always like, because I was doing a lot of like landscapey stuff, just randomly on travels or whatever. But it's something I always think of when I look back at those. It's like, it could be a pretty picture, but if it has a person in it, then it actually means a little more to me.
Yeah.
Because then it has relevance and, you know, story and all those things. But, you know.
It's like it's like hit or miss though when it comes to like shooting, say, a landscape photo versus a landscape photo with the person in it. Like, say you wanted to sell this photo later, it's easier to sell the photo without the human in it.
Yeah.
Because like I don't want to buy a picture of this person I don't know. But I will buy a picture of a landscape that's beautiful.
Yeah.
But as soon as you put a human in there, I'm like, okay, like, no, like, okay, I'll sell it to the person I took a picture of.
Yeah.
But if you want it, you're probably just a weirdo for wanting somebody else on your wall, like, unless it's artistic.
Yeah.
Because like I remember when I had my art gallery, we had a photo show, and it was really hard to sell photos with people in them because
Yeah.
We
like,
gotta do more close-ups of the dog's eye.
I mean, a dog is
Big money.
big money. Yeah, I'm gonna get that $300. Come on.
Sushi.
I mean, that's pretty much life right there. I work for sushi.
No, it's true. That's true. I've actually, even though it's interesting. I don't like everybody has a unique experience, you know, on whatever journey they're on. But like mine, specific to photography, like I'll be paid to go do a shoot and sell images, you know, to a, whatever. But I've never physically sold an image. Like here's a picture for sale. I've never done that.
Yeah, I don't usually do that.
And it's not because I wouldn't want to. It's just like I don't know. That's not.
Yeah, no, I work for clients, and they
Yeah.
buy all my pictures, and they do what they want with them.
Yeah.
Like, you want to give them to your employees? That's cool.
So many of them go internal, and I'm like, I don't even know what that was for.
Literally,
You
it's
never
just
see it
like
again.
for the next employee.
Yeah.
You know, this is how you're going to be working. Yeah, this is what you'll be doing. Walking downstairs, taking meetings.
Interesting. Hey, do you guys see a red light on this one?
Yep.
Okay. I think we're doing good. How long do you think we've been rolling?
I'd say like 16.
16 minutes? That's so specific.
I
I mean, I can look.
was going to say 15, but I was like, I think it's 16.
We've been like 20-ish minutes.
Holy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Just jib-jabbing with you guys.
Dude, look at that X18 Nitro Superbike. Dude, I missed that thing.
So you didn't make a report when they
No, I did,
hijacked your bike?
but-
You did.
It's one of those things where it's like, can't really do anything about it.
So they didn't like find it or
No,
nothing?
it's before AirTags.
Yeah.
Do you have air tags on your stuff now?
Yeah.
Nice.
That-
That's how Alan.
Yeah, that far one was stolen from his place in New York. He had an air tag on it and found it like the same day.
Yeah, that's the thing is like,
In the back
my,
of a
one of my
van.
buddies that I ride with is a police officer, and he's like, AirTags are like how like 99% of the bikes like are found.
Yeah.
So put one in your bike
Yeah.
if you don't.
Put one up your butt.
Yeah, so I can find you.
And then
Say,
every time you move, it does that little
yeah.
jingle. Oh,
Oh, nice.
even Nora thought that was funny too.
Where it's like you're naked, but your friend's not, and it's like it's AirTag nearby.
Wait, what?
What?
I didn't know we were
That
going.
took a
Somebody had
turn.
too much Clamato this morning.
AirTags, they notify you when like say like I have an AirTag in my camera and your phone's nearby, it'll tell you like AirTag is like near.
Oh, well, I
near.
actually haven't played with them
Oh,
that much,
yeah,
so
I
I
have-
don't
yeah,
know.
I have
Yeah,
no
I think
idea.
it's just like a safety thing because if someone like slipped an AirTag into your purse and then they know like they're following you, so it makes
nefarious reasons.
yeah. So it's
Didn't
like
that actually happen?
yeah, I think that's probably why they alert you like, hey, there's an AirTag nearby,
Oh my god.
or you're being tracked or something. I don't know.
Well, I gotta imagine there's things like AirTags
They don't.
that don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I did order some.
What kind of lazy
Like-
stalker are you
like
that you
n-
still use the AirTag?
knockoff?
You know?
Yeah. I don't know, but it's also kind of wasteful because it's just it's a one-time use thing. Like when the battery dies, you get a new one.
How much are they?
I think each one's like $30,
And how long does the battery last?
like a year.
Oh, that's not bad. A little security.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then you got to buy another one. Like, why can't I just charge it or put a
Well,
new
and at this
battery
point,
in?
you can like put your phone on a charger like that.
Yeah, I guess it would suck if you had to hide it somewhere like in the frame of your bike and oh, it's dying, so now I gotta go and fish it out.
work it out. Yeah.
What's that brand that you're talking about?
Just Apple AirTag.
Oh, I thought you said you had a.
Oh, there's
different
another one. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called like EUFY, Eufy.
Oofy.
But they do like credit card ones you can put in your wallet, or they do like the tile-sized ones.
I actually just loaded my Georgia ID onto my phone.
Oh, it did work.
You can do that.
Yeah. Georgia and like
There's
Utah.
only like
Like
a
two
few
states you
states
can
that
do
do it.
How do you do that?
But so it's
I'll
in
show you
your like
later.
wallet. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Sick.
yeah.
And
Isn't
like
that
I
great?
guess I haven't-
Everywhere should do that.
Yeah,
How do you
I've
know
used
it's
it
like?
everywhere.
How to like say you go to a bar and it's like ID? Well, I need to see a hard copy.
Well, I mean, I think at this stage, it's just that learning curve where people will be like, the ones that don't know, and they'll be just dicks, and you're like, all right, whatever. Here's my regular.
That's photoshopped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but because we get ID'd all the time, we look so young and fresh.
I love when I get ID'd. I'm like, oh, finally.
I
like,
know.
I get it. Like I remember all my my parents or like older people when I was little and I needed to get and I had to get ID'd, and they were like, "You're not gonna ID me." It's like I get it now.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 34.
34. I'm 33.
You stuttered.
Yeah, 36. No. It was funny because I don't really. I like getting old in the sense that like I already lived. I did it. I don't like. I
You're
wanna
an
do it
elder
again.
now.
Huh?
People have to respect you. You're an elder.
That's it.
Respect
But
your elders.
when I turned
Yeah.
30, it wasn't like a big deal to my brain. When I turned 35, it didn't seem like a big deal in my brain. And then when I turned 36, I was like, oh, but now I'm on the backside of like 30s.
Yeah, but then 40 comes around and you're like, I'm having a good time.
That's where we're just warming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Your
that's what I
40s will
hear.
be
Is
great.
like 20s are for like partying and getting fucked up and like not really figuring your shit out, but just like living. Your 30s are like, okay, I gotta like figure something out.
Then you throw in COVID and a strike.
Yeah,
and
then now, really, you're 34, but actually I'm 30.
yeah, that's true. We get a little buffer period there.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. I'll take it.
Smells good.
Well, I mean, I think that's good for my test.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
Test your
Everything still
brownie.
looks red wherever you see. Well, with that, then, thank you for coming on to Bad Beards Podcast. Down here
Yeah.
in Bad Beards Basement.
Woo! Tune in.
Yeah. Well, and fortunately, because you're not a ding dong and you're very sweet, for giving me your time today. This was a great conversation, and so there's no reason why I wouldn't share it if it works out how I intend.
Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah. And then we'll happy to have you back again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, non-testing day.
Non-testing day. It's always a test.
Bring the clamato, baby.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that is it.
Nice.
And that's a wrap.
Yeah.